Hey y'all, just want to do a quick video on the old Winchester Model 59 shotgun. It's modeled after the M50. Basically, it's apparently it's about the same thing. It just has a fiberglass barrel, so it's got a steel liner in there, and there's an aluminum receiver, so it weighs about 6.5 pounds. It's pretty daggone light. I just want to do a quick disassembly video real quick because there's not really any on the old YouTubes. I took it apart and cleaned it a little bit last night. There was only about, how many did it say? 80-some thousand made. 82,085 of them made. They're designed by one of John Moses Browning's sons. And there's some kind of neat features on this shotgun, so we'll get after it here. I'm gonna take off the forearm. I had it pre-loosened. Comes up. All right, so that's all there is to that. So then that screw goes through the this little aluminum stud, well, not stud, this right there, and basically keeps the barrel from turning, because quarter turn and it's free. So there's threads on there. Alright, so it has a barrel extension slash floating chamber slash whatever the heck you want to call it, that basically eats up a bunch of the recoil of a 12 gauge. Not that they recoil an incredible amount, but they are one of the heavier hitters around. So lock the bolt to the rear there, locks automatically on an empty gun. Draw this out. Alright, see, it's all nice and shiny. That barrel extension. Right. Then I'm gonna send it home nice and slow. Then you get your old Phillips screwdriver out. And take the butt plate off. This will be much more detailed on the reassembly, because that's the part that everybody has problems with. So we can go down here, and there's a my least favorite part of this whole process here, and I may have to run off camera and go get my solution to it. This is gonna come shooting off here. There we go. So there's your inertia rod tube plug, I think is what that's called. Recoil spring. So now we can punch this pin out right here. That one. Right there. And get rid of the trigger assembly. I went the wrong way. You're going to go towards the ejection port. So now, oh, you can't see it. Okay, you can kind of see it. So now what you want to do, you want to push your bolt release, lift up here, and slide it out. Slide your trigger assembly out. Okay, I'm not going to take your bolt release out because I don't want to risk losing the bolt catch, because I don't want to risk losing that little itty bitty tiny flathead screw right there, and it basically holds this in there. It's a pin and then it threads into, so it's not friction fit, it's actually a pin, or actually a screw. So here you're gonna line your bolt up like so. You're gonna come in from this side with a very small punch and make sure it's lined up, because it's a little bit tired, a little bit worn out, likes to shift around on me a little bit here, and that pin comes out nice and easy. Oop, about lost it there. Okay, so now your inertia rod will come out right there. Then you got your bolt. Maybe. There we go. Come on. Okay, pull your charging handle out. Pull this piece right here out. And these go on either side of the bolt, help it line up. And your bolt just comes right out. So some of you might notice when you pull it to the rear, you get a little bit of spring tension at the back, and that is your ejector. You see that? So it's spring loaded right here. That spring comes all the way back and that kicks your shell out when it hits the back. It's not like an AR ejector that has constant tension on the casing. So as soon as that casing comes clear of the chamber, it starts flicking out. It goes all the way to, well, it goes all the way to the rear, and then that momentum flicks it out. All right, so I believe that's everything. I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to take the bolt catch / release out, and I'm not going to take the magazine tube off. That should just be a, no, I think that's soldered in there actually. Yeah, I think that magazine tube's soldered in there. Anywho, so that's all cleared out back there. You can see all the way through it. And that's actually how they make that inertia tube curved, is they bore through that all the way to the back. And I believe there's also a screw in there for your, like actually affixing your stock to your receiver. I can't see it, but anywho. So yeah, this receiver's aluminum. It's really light. I believe this is the magazine tube's also aluminum, but I'm not for certain. Super cool guns though, light recoil. They're just neat. So now we'll do the reverse. So this little bugger, I'm not sure what it's called. Basically it helps your bolt line up with the chamber, because as you can tell by looking at the bolt, it's blowback action. It's not gas operated. So there's no locking lugs. It's just spring tension that holds the shotgun and battery. So this one without the charging handle goes on the it'll only go in there one way, but it goes on the opposite side of your ejection port in a groove that's pretty hard to miss. I just kind of winged this last night, winged it, whatever, and ended up figuring it out. So if I can figure it out, surely other folks can. So these, see that tooth? It goes on the bottom and towards the front on both sides, on both parts here. Okay. Is that gonna sit in there nice? No, of course not. Okay, so your bolt. I don't know. I can't hold it up to show you. But basically, they just sit flush in the grooves that are there on each side. If I hold it up to show you, they're gonna fall out. So we'll keep this. There's the front. Drop your bolt in there. Now, it gets a little bit tricky here because you got to get the holes on those side pieces and on the bolt and on our inertia rod all to line up at the same time, same pin. So the inertia rod, you can see how it's kind of naturally curved like that. That curve goes towards the top of the gun. Okay, so you get everything kind of lined up and started here. Remember, it's the shiny pin, smooth, there's no grooves cut in it. And you're going to line all these bad boys up with that same hole again. And you just kind of go through there one by one, lining them up. There's an easy way to do it. I mean, there probably is an easier way to do it, because this is only like the second time I've done this. But I'm not aware of it, which basically means it don't exist. Get underneath that inertia rod, pull it forward, and see if you can't find that spot, that hole. It takes a little bit, but it's not too bad. Last night it took me like half an hour to do this because I kept getting frustrated and setting it down. Take note of where that is, otherwise you'll be fighting it. Much like yours truly here. Watch, I bet you I get it like first second try this time. Boom. Did I get it? Nope. You got that one yet. Where's the hole on that bad boy? Okay. You can put that punch in the back side, you know, in that little tiny hole. It'll help you line stuff up. Okay, so now we got her. These kind of lined up. Nope, not quite. Be a lot easier if I had better light in here, but I don't, so y'all just get to suffer through it with me. There it is. There we go. Shoo. Okay, so now we're pinned back up. Oh. Sit right there. Inertia rod's connected back to our bolt and our charging handle, and that nice little plate there on the opposite side of the ejection port. So now is the worst part of this whole damn gig. Spring. Now, there's supposed to be a little clip that goes on top of this, but mine doesn't have one. I ordered it. It ain't come in yet. Wait a second, can I use this? Let that be the same daggum size. Well, if my screwdriver's long enough, it should work. No, it's just going to chew up that barrel extension. So basically, this little screw plug likes to cross-thread itself in there. And that's not good. I'd be willing to bet there's some kind of a tool that Winchester used to sell for that, but I do not have one. But I'll show you a trick. I'll be back in about 3 seconds. Oh shit. So this is just a piece of 3/4 inch pegs. You straighten it out. At least the end you're going to be using. It's pretty straight. And figure out how deep your screwdriver is. And you want to go just shy of that. Cut it off there. Just like a 1/4 inch shy. So now, put that plug in there. And you got something to hold it plumb to the gun. Kind of. Just be gentle with it. There it goes. Boom. So you would think that now we're going to put the butt plate back on it. Well, I'll show you why we're not going to here in a second. So you're going to go down as tight, as low as it'll go, but don't get it tight. So now we're going to pull it back to the rear. Insert our barrel extension back in there. Maybe. There we go. Let it go back forward. So you should have just a smidgen of play there. That's where some of your recoil goes. So we go back over here. We've got our trigger assembly. Remember, we're going to scoop it down in there. While you're doing this, you got to have that bolt catch depressed. What a vibe. Alright, and just slide it in there nice and easy. Beautiful. I'm going to drive that pin in. Using my fancy schmancy nylon hammer so we don't mar anything up. Beautiful. Barrel. Remember that 1/4 turn? Now she's in place. Forearm. Screw it down. If y'all need me to rehash anything, put it in the comments, and I'll do a retake of this video. You want to get this snug, but not so tight you break something. Alright, so remember I said don't put your butt plate back on. And this is why. Oh no, I broke it. It ain't locking to the rear. Oh no. Okay. It's got to be timed. So now we get our handy dandy flathead back in there and back it off. Oh, handful of turns. Okay. Try it out. Locks. Now we can go back forward 2 or 3. Okay. I like to get it as tight as possible while still having good lockup. So I'm going to go a full turn. See what we got. Nope. Back it off a half turn. See what we got. Cool. Now we put the butt plate back on. I'm going to put this on top of my boot so I don't jack the muzzle up. So these Model 59s were not a big commercial success, thanks to a couple reasons. One, you're not really supposed to shoot steel shot or magnum loads through it because of that fiberglass barrel. And two, only holds 2 in the mag, which kind of sucks. Especially because the things that you would want to hunt with just 2 in the mag are stuff that you would want to use steel shot and magnum loads for. So that was kind of a poo-poo on Winchester's part, but it has been a really fun gun to own. It's just cool, you know, like before carbon fiber there was fiberglass, and allegedly there's 500 miles of carbon fiber, or of fiberglass in this barrel. And this one's not in like collector condition. There's a couple marks on the barrel you can't really see. Like here. There's some scratches and some wear on the stock and on the metal, and the gold or brass plating's mostly gone from the trigger guard and stuff like that. But it's just, it's a really, like, it's just a fast shotgun. You know, walking a field looking for pheasant or quail, it's just really fast to get on the gun. The same cannot be said for my other 12 gauge, which is over here. So for comparison's sake, heck of a lot longer, and that's a 1.5 inch choke tube on top of that Model 59. This bad boy is redonkulous. I got it on a trade for a little SUV I had. The forearm is all epoxied in, and it's a little single shot 12, and it weighs a lot, but it's kind of neat. I like it. I like old oddball guns, hence the old moist nugget over here. So I guess that's not really an oddball, it's just old. That was the first rifle I ever bought myself. So let me know what y'all think, if you need any more detail on certain things, or have any questions about them. I'm not a certified gunsmith or anything like that by any stretch yet, but yeah, thanks for watching.